I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danon versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Do you...
If you're worried, why don't you...
Yeah.
Us too?
Well, I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even...
We all have things we... So what if you had something to hide?
But that's not what...
I know.
Yeah, but it's not just... I hate it, and yet... But then there are people like...
Law never...
But what?
Law left home. As a result of that, I think Law spent a lot... And if I had to guess, Law let revenge...
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeida, just...
Okay. They say, but... I guess...
She can be it.
It's just what... I wonder how it feels.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeida were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings...
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danon people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeida did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renins and Danins do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Me much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. This world is filled with natural wonders. But Menancia has its lake of... and they wouldn't be there.
Say we actually...
You first.
Well, it's just...
Yeah. I think that...
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And the good things too. Kindness and cruelty exist on... So, you know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have them. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, only two then you... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this...
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought...
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want...
Don't you ever get tired?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Bring him down!
Take this! No further!
I'm going in! Swallow blade! Try this! Fall back! Hurricane! Look sharp! Slash! This one's all mine! Not today! Dragon Shield!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen. Seriously? Is this a joke? This one's mine!
You think that shield will save you?
I see
Now
one,
you see what I can do!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
It's almost... Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Huh?
Got it!
dispose of the trash. Going in.
Eagle assault! No further!
One more!
Glacial fire!
These ones can run rings around us!
Rising watch! This one's all mine! Not today! I'm on Tiger Blade!
Where are you going?
I'm just getting started!
Take it away!
Shion!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Gemini
Damn it! It's too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Everyone hanging in there?
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving. Not on my watch! Tiger Blade! Ready and set!
Now you see what I can do! Like steel! Swallow Blade! Eat this! Whirlwind Snap! Swallow Blade! I'm not
Glacial fire!
Swallow Blade!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Hear me! Flame of
Dragon
Fire!
Tail! You're on!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
That's far enough!
Take this! No further!
How about this?
You picked the wrong fight! No shield can stand up against this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
What's this? Gemini
A comfortable win.
I'll do my best!
I'll smash you!
So much for talking it out!
in the sky is mine! I never miss! Ready! Here goes!
This one's all mine!
Tiger Blade!
Burn in hell!
Here's a healer!
Leave the ensnared to me.
Yeah!
Nothing gets by me!
Here's a Spread!
Let's refrain from losing.
Ow!
Here I go!
Marna!
Watch it! You're on! Take this! I won't show you any mercy!
Corruption!
Can't get out of this!
By the power of water!
Rising over! Solo dance!
Water!
Shield
Spread!
Shattering
Flame of Fire!
My shield!
Do it! I'm trapped! So I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
managed to pull through.
That's far enough! Got you now! Flush the dust! Burn it out! Damn it, better! Do it! I'm not done!
All yours, Kisara.
Lightning! Downfall! Do it like that! Here's the more! Slash! Swallow blade!
Here goes! Freeze lantern! Not on my watch!
Talon hurricane! Eagle fly! Slash like this! Infernal bullet!
I never miss!
Swallow blade! It's go time! Take this!
Shield at you!
In the groove! Leave the target to me! Slash! Burn it heavy!
The earth throbs in pain.
First strike!
Look shot! Can't get out of this!
I'm out of ammo! I'm all shot!
Swallow blade!
Mega ray!
Swallow blade!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Don't get careless.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Way.
Slush! Tear you apart!
Switch to offense! Water!
Mirage!
Hear my call!
Swallow blade!
Glitter
Slash!
Here's
Swallow blade!
Eagle Assault! Freeze
Mirage!
Tiger Blade!
Swallow blade!
I'm gone!
Take this!
Burning Sun!
It's over here and now! Swallow blade! Rising Wiper!
Arc Steel!
Talon hurricane!
Tiger
Swallow
Blade!
blade!
Not on my watch!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Radiant Piercing!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and bubbling to me.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Escalibur Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Gotta break through! Got you now! Now you see what I can do!
By the
This one's mine! Talon hurricane! Tiger Blade! I can read your moves like a book! Denied! They got flyers!
I've got
In a
this.
bind?
Let a marksman handle it. I'm gone.
All
Primed
yours!
and ready.
Swallow blade!
I never miss.
Thanks! Talon hurricane!
Make it
Here
right.
we go! Not a
And
chance!
again.
Mirage! Hey there! Mirage! Look shot! Swallow blade! This one's all mine! Ignite! Shattering pieces! Attack!
On guard! Searing
Reload! Strike!
Art seal! Lunar corruption! Color! By the power of water!
Eagle assault!
Lightning!
Swallow blade! Swallow blade!
Make it ready! Lunar corruption!
Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
A comfortable win.
Where are you going?
You're all in pain.
Lunar corruption!
No further!
Eagle assault! Do it!
It's on!
Now I'm in the It's a duel of the arts!
Blind freaks! Why did they just sit still?
Seal, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Swallow blade!
Annihilation!
Mirage!
Lightning!
Eat shattering pieces! Attack time!
I'm ready for the next battle!
Gotta break through! You got spirit!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ready!
Break it, dozen!
Shield
and
mace!
You picked the wrong fight! Swallow blade!
Going in!
Strike!
That's it! Eagle assault!
Swallow blade!
Tiger blade!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Whirlwind snap! Strike! Swallow blade!
Glacier
Swallow
spear!
blade!
Here
Now
we
we'll
go!
have dust!
Freeze laser!
Their
arts were interrupted!
Flaming meteor!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Now you see what I can do!
Nothing
gets by
me! Mega ray!
Eat this!
By the power
Mirage! Glimmer dragon! Eagle assault!
Recover!
I owe you one.
Piercing roar! I'll pick you up! Recover! Tiger blade!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out.
And miss all the sun. No way.
Eat this!
Not on my watch! Recover!
I owe you one back! Slash! Swallow blade!
Glacial spear! Piercing
Hurricane!
Freeze lancer!
This one's mine. Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Now or never.
This one's mine!
Dragon
Here!
blade!
Flame of fury!
Swallow blade!
Do it! Tiger blade!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Everyone's still in one piece?
Looks like some solid equipment. one of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
I wonder if we can use this.
I won't forgive you!
Smash you!
My shield!
Can't get out of this!
We're not finished!
That gun out of your hand!
In an instant!
Impact block!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Ignite!
Swallow blade.
Lightning!
Showdown between blade and fist.
Swallow blade!
Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Swallow blade!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Back into the fray!
Take
I feel sprightlier than before.
Out of our way!
Swallow blade!
I see one, eh?
Here I come! Lightning Wyvern!
I'll tear you apart!
Ignite! We're not finished!
Flame of
You're
Fury!
Make it way!
Primed and ready!
Hey! Blow them away!
Here's a healing art!
Talon Sword! Mirage! Swallow blade!
I never miss!
Thrust!
Lunar
Lunar corruption!
Here I come!
Make it rain! Lunar blast!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Everyone hanging in there?
Looks like we've spotted one of Poodle's friends.
Denied! Here goes! Mega Ray!
Watch for their range attack!
My watch!
It's almost strong!
Split it open! Do
Be
it!
my guest!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Mega Ray! Here goes!
Now you see what I can do. I'll finish you here and now.
Tiger Blade!
Here I come!
Here I go!
Rising Water!
Talon Storm! Annihilate!
Swallow Blade!
Talon Vortex! Thunder Touch! Water!
Talk back, will ya? Slash! Swallow Blade!
This one's mine!
Swallow Blade!
Dance! I'll finish you here and now.
Tear you apart! Rising Wyvern!
Radiant!
Dust to in an instant! Impact Claw!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Way.
Swallow Blade!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
In a vine?
Dragon Show! Piercing Roar!
Mirage!
Here goes! Reload! Time to stop!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Far enough!
Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
Dueling! In an instant! Impact Claw! Could have been worse.
No backing down!
Ignite! Damn it!
Shield and
Mirage! Try harder! Slash! Swallow Blade! Try this! Open!
Here I go! Searing Flame! Reload!
All good things come to an end.
That's abyss!
Now we're not...
Resuscitation!
In a vine?
Not done yet!
Dance!
Swallow Blade!
I'll finish you here and now!
We're not finished! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
We're still standing. Barely.
Out of my way!
Now you see what I can do!
Hang in! Where are you going? Not on my watch! Take this! Locked and loaded!
Far enough!
Swallow blade! Slash!
Make it work!
Release!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Freeze Lancer!
Let's refrain from losing.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Me?
Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Now!
Flame! Crescent
Come back!
There! Tiger on the way!
Lightning!
Try harder!
Downfall!
Take this! Slash! Can't get out of this!
Dragon Shell!
Swallow blade!
Eagle Assault!
One swallow blade!
Eagle Fly! Anything in armor is all mine!
This one's all mine! Not
Should
today!
have messed with me!
Here's a healing arm! Ready! Confiscated!
What's this? Nothing gets... I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Swallow blade!
Eagle fire!
I'm out!
Talon storm!
Swallow blade!
I owe you one for that.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Watch him weak!
If it's in the sky, like mine! Talon hurricane! Another dragon! Eagle assault!
Mirage!
Healing circle!
I owe you one!
Mirage! Look out!
Swallow blade!
Eagle
You
assault!
require a hand.
Mega ray!
Slash!
Annihilation!
Swallow blade!
I'm on it! Anything in armor is all mine!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Freeze Lancer!
Swallow blade!
Going in! Eagle assault!
Swallow blade! Try this!
Tiger blade!
Inferno
Armor field!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
mine.
It's on!
Hear
No
my call.
further! First strike! Not today!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
No choice!
You've got spirit! Deliver far enough! Thanks, Xion. Make it rain! Rinwell! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
We seem to have come across something a little...
We're in for a long slog with this one.
I can carve through all. Like the opposite.
Slice! Eat this! Rip and tear!
Burn it!
Do it!
I'll run you!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here I go! I'm gone! Eagle Eye!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
There! Got you! Dragon Shell! Don't get complacent.
I wonder if we can use this.
Get lost!
Take this!
Into the
Mirage! Can't get out of this!
Mega Ray!
Swallow
Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt! Art Peel!
That's freaking good! Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Spread!
Slice!
Dragon Tail! Going in! Leave the charge! Eagle of denied!
It's time!
That freaking does it! Slice!
Burn in hell! I'm on it!
I'll run you through!
Swallow Blade! Roll away!
Swallow
Blade!
Annihilate!
I'm on it! Now! I'll let you
Take it down!
Time to shine! Will this help?
Inferno Torrent!
Dragon Shell!
Slice!
I'm too shy to come over! Here, let me help! Hear my call!
Mirage!
In the sky!
Swallow Blade!
Anything in armor is all mine! Tiger Blade! Water! Hear my call!
Can't get out of this!
Spread!
Swallow Blade!
Here's the Lion Prowl!
You're mine!
Freeze Lancer! Here goes!
First strike! On!
You're mine!
First strike!
Going in!
I'm only getting started!
Ignite!
Going in!
Mirage!
Tiger Blade!
Blast! Swallow Blade!
Swallow Piercing Roar!
Mirage!
Eagle do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
We can really make weapons with this?
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
Bueno, muy buenos días, no he dicho nada durante todo el directo, pero buenos días a todos.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
No further! Slash! Swallow blade! Slash! Rising Wyvern! Eagle die! You're mine!
Here goes!
This one's all mine!
Searing flame! Reload! Primed and ready! Lunar Force! This one's mine!
Not today! Eat this!
welcome! I'm just getting started!
Lunar corruption!
Eagle
Go
War!
ahead! Jedi Alpha!
I can carve through. Now get in the groove. Swallow blade.
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
No one gets by me! Now remember,
Roar!
can't get out of this!
Here I come.
Tiger's Blade! Corruption!
Eagle
By the power of water! Here goes! There! Confiscated!
No, shield and face!
This one's all mine.
Hear this! Be gone! Eat this!
Ignite!
For me! Storm! Dare you!
Where are you going? Going in!
Right!
Swallow dance. Thanks.
First strike! You're done!
I'm gone! There you
I owe you one.
Radiant here!
You're on.
Radiant Ray!
I'll smash you.
Mega Ray! Here! Let's
Right.
annihilation!
You're on. First strike.
Wasn't weak!
Prepare to be seen!
Can't
Can't get out of this!
Eagle Blade! Reload! I'm gone! Radiant here! Too shy to come over!
Nothing gets by me!
You're on.
Far enough!
Here I come.
Wasn't weak!
Look sharp! What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Going in!
Try harder.
Here's evil!
How about this?
Freeze laser!
You're on.
Too shy to come over! Here! Let me get it!
You're on.
Let the marksman handle this!
This one's mine!
Where are you going?
Know your place!
Here, let me help! First aid! Mega Ray!
Wretched fool!
Armor won't save you.
Lunar corruption! Lunar
You're
blast!
on.
Tiger Blade! Tiger Blade! Can't get out of this!
Ready! Here I come! Not on my
Just
watch!
try!
It's too much.
I can handle
Heal
this
yourself.
for me!
I owe you one.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Flaming
I owe you
meteor!
one.
Resuscitation!
Right!
Here's a healing art!
Standing
You're on.
First strike!
Blow away.
Lunar corruption!
Shield and face!
Swallow dance.
Tiger Blade! Be gone!
Light! Searing Prime to the
Come
wind!
on.
This one's mine!
Slash. Swallow blade.
Lunar corruption!
Ribbon tear.
Lunar blast! That's
You're
a
on.
win!
Howard Hurricane!
Take this.
Here goes!
I can carve through. I'll finish you here and now.
Fluff them!
Eat this.
Lunar
You're on.
corruption! Lunar blast!
Eagle fly. Do it. Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Foolish slave!
Radiant
You're on. Eat this.
Piercing roll!
Lunar corruption!
Slash. Swallow blade. They're attacking separately. I can't land a hit on her.
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
Glacial spear! Here's not evil! Ready to go!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah. Take it away. Slash. Swallow blade. That won't move. Not now. Not ever. Right.
Here's a healing art!
I can carve through. Watch this.
Where are you going?
Fear, we're all in pain.
Here, let me help! First aid!
Can't get out of this!
Talon storm.
Shield and face!
Radiant
Talon
here!
swallow blade. Eagle fly.
Talon sword!
You will suffer!
Burn in hell.
That's what you do it! Mega Ray!
Try harder.
Mega Ray! Back into the fray!
Dust to dust.
Behold!
Here
my
I am!
meteor power!
Unsealed!
Looks bad.
Wits about you, people! Glacial fire!
Whirlwind snap. We'll finish you here and now.
Time to shine!
You're on.
Here goes!
Swallow blade.
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
I'll tear you
Chaotic
apart.
disaster! How about this?
So
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Prepare to be seized! Stay away from my friend!
I'm ready!
Roll now!
Eagle assault!
I've let you all down.
Eat this!
I'll fix you up! Look sharp! I'll bring you back from death to
Tiger blade!
Resuscitation!
Look sharp!
Not done yet!
Radiant here!
How about this?
Glacial spear! Piercing blow!
An outstanding
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Ready! Aurora blast! Back into the fray! Eat this!
Watch it!
Going in!
Swallow dance!
Look sharp!
Take this!
In a bind! Healing circle!
Thanks!
Crush them! Searing flame! Reload!
Thanks!
Here, let me help!
You paid for that!
Lunar
Swallow
connection!
blade! Slice!
By the power of water! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Look sharp!
Resuscitation! Tiger blade! Take lightning! Tiger blade! If it's in the sky, it's mine! I'll heal you all!
It's on!
Switch away!
Eat this!
So fine not too long ago.
Back to the fray!
Denied! Now you see what I can do!
You will suffer!
Will this help?
Prepare to be sealed!
This one's mine! Healing circle!
I owe you one!
Mega ray!
My true power!
Her
master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Rinwell!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
This one's all mine! Ignite! Swallow blade!
This one's mine! This
Swallow
one's
blade!
mine!
Slice!
I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in, and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again! Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganneth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down?
What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
Shion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. I Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori. Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Slash! You're on!
Alvin?
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Harros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
An opponent like this should be easy.
March on!
Mirage! I owe you one.
Slash! Swallow blade!
Fall into my own close one! Is it hot? Just back it out again!
Slash! Swallow blade! Mirage! Here I come! It's time! No further! Mirage! Strike!
Ready now!
Can you take it?
Mirage! I'll face you!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
The earth!
Hold your left!
Swallow blade! On your knees! Mirage!
Here now!
Slash! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
A comfortable win.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Nayori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen. I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What will I even accomplish going alone? What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, How did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alvin. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
You picked the wrong fight.
Time to shine.
Are those arms even natural?
Slice. Now I'm in the groove.
Swallow blade.
Piercing roll.
Too fast.
Send that.
Denied!
I'll trip it up.
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Swallow blade. It's over.
Eagle hunt. Prepare to be sealed.
You picked the wrong fight.
How about this? Time to shine! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
I'm on it.
Look sharp!
Glimmer Dragon.
Look sharp!
In a bind. Anything in armor is all gone.
Lightning Awakening Cascade!
Done. Rising Warrior.
Johalim!
All yours, Kisara.
Light
Eat
Astral
this.
Energy!
Glimmer Dragon.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Okay.
Why?
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the... Apex predator of these waters? Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
Gotta break through!
Far enough!
First strike!
Darkness!
Put you through! Mirage!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Holy land!
Mirage!
Now
Its armor's too strong!
Be my guest!
Tiger Blade! Lion's Howl!
Now!
Dohane!
All yours, Kisara!
Whirlwind Snap!
ready and ready.
Raging Cascade! Now!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Don't get complacent.
You're saying we should check the owl forest? You're saying we should check the owl forest? I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
Take this! No further!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
I'll finish you here and now! Slut!
This one's mine.
You're mine! Slut! Swallow blade! Try harder!
I'll stop it now.
Swallow blade!
Thanks, Kisara.
Swallow
Far
blade!
enough.
Eagle assault! I'm just getting started! Eat dirt!
Make it rain!
Dragon! Go! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! I'm practically unstoppable.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. I owe you one. Mirage!
Fall into thine own
Mirage! First strike!
concentration!
You're mine! One shot! Swallow blade! Eagle fly! You're finished!
Tiger blade. Lion
Swallow
power.
blade!
Make it rain.
Too fast! In an instant! Impact block!
Dragon down. Laser fire. Tiger blade. Lion power. Piercing roar. Make it rain. Eagle
Swallow
fly.
blade! Onward and upward.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best.
It's on!
Fires of passion courses its blade!
In a bind?
Their arcs were interrupted.
Dragon shell! Slash! Thunder touch!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Denied!
Win!
You picked the wrong fight!
Air thrust!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Armor won't save you! I'm just getting started! Blaze of fire! Mirage! Just getting started!
I'll be saving this one!
Slash!
Lightning condemned!
Solar blade!
Thunder blade!
Mirage!
I can do this all day!
It was nice while it lasted. Mirage! You're mine! I'm not done! Do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
No choice! Slide! Swallow blade! Take this!
Down!
You're all!
Dance in the wind!
Mirage! In a bind?
I'll be saving this one!
I'll smash you! I'm on a roll now!
Not on my watch!
Eat dirt!
Here goes! More when that came from!
Mirage!
Now!
Hurricane! Tiger far enough! Mirage! I'm on it!
Now!
Rinwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Swallow blade!
I'm gone!
I'll run you through! Mirage!
Mirage! This is my own objective!
You're mine!
Tiger blade! Concentrate! Lion
Howl! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! Leave it to you!
Dance in the wind! Tiger blade! Air thrust! Now!
Swallow blade! Prepare to be
Lightning
sealed!
condemned!
Watch this! No further! Make it rain! Don't leave! Say! Blow them away!
Going in.
Take it! Tiger blade won't save you!
Eat this!
You picked the wrong fight!
Waterfall!
Slash! Look sharp! Swallow blade!
Ready to go!
You hear it now! Do it!
More for the stop! With this, I can become even stronger. Fires of passion courses its
Denied! I'm on it!
not in your dreams.
Slash!
Raging passion!
Swallow blade! Quiver dragon! Eagle on blade!
Tiger blade! Dance in the wind! And here!
Slash!
I'll be
You're
saving
mine!
this one. Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Dragon shell!
Eagle
Eagle assault! Swallow blade! Slash! Here I go! I'm on a roll now!
In here!
Eagle assault! This one's all mine! Talon hurricane! Make it rain! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! On guard! Swallow dance!
Looks like we got them all.
What's this thing?
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
Fires of passion courses sharpness!
Eat dirt! I'm on it!
This one's
Swallow blade! I can carve through armor!
Get into thine own death!
Swallow blade! I'm just getting smart! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Lightning condemned!
Piercing roar!
Illuminate the
Mirage!
Come forth, holy glimmer!
Here I come!
Hurricane! Confiscated!
Denied! Eagle side! Talon storm!
Aw, too
You've been smelling to me.
Here,
Yeah, and pummeling to me!
Going in.
Tiger blade! I lost my focus!
Onward and upward.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Buenos días, Lince. ¿Cómo estás? Llevo un par de horas ya, desde las 7 de la mañana llevo. Sí, ya he tomado café. Ya he tomado café, desayunado. Ahora me tomaré a lo mejor otro café. Llevo desde las 7:30. Me he despertado, me ha sonado el despertador. He dejado la famelleta durmiendo.
Okay. Yeah. Dohalim.
Y nada, aquí haciendo misión secundaria, ganando dinero y nada, poca cosa más. Aquí estoy.
Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal
Quería
fishing
echar un
spots.
Fortnite, pero
By all
ya
means.
sabes que solo es un poco rollo. Yo estaba de camino para acá. Y tengo aquí que se ha hecho la parienta un moño de esto de sevillana, de esto de esto, ¿me entiendes?
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your
Pone
fish
que hay
served
aquí.
grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Tenía una misión, ya la he hecho, una misión secundaria. Tampoco no he compartido el directo ni nada, pero sabía que a las 7:30 la peña pues está durmiendo, ¿no? Joder, para habérmelo dicho, me hubiese apuntado. Pero como no decís nada, pues... Vaya por Dios, yo sé, no quería...
No backing down!
Courses this line! Sharpness!
Eat dirt! Eagle assault! Here I come!
Going in.
Mirage! Ribbon cat! On a roll now!
You require
Law, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Purge malevolence!
I'm on
Arcane
it.
waterfall!
Great
Pues tengo ganas de terminar ya este juego, porque tengo unos cuantos aquí para empezar. Y tengo ganas de terminarlo. Pero bueno, haber dicho algo ayer por la noche y hubiese jugado al Fortnite, pues yo quería hacer directo, pero no me apetecía mucho después y me fui a dormir. Ha salido la skin de Walking Dead.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Yo es que de Walking Dead, la verdad, Ninja, no soy muy fan.
There's always room for
No sé si
improvement.
mi parienta lo es, pero yo no soy muy fan. Yo quiero llegar aquí, a esta zona de aquí. aquí habrá que pelear, no nos van a dejar pasar.
Hi, Hoodle.
Here I come. You picked the wrong fight.
Far enough. Talon Hurricane. Glimmer Dragon. Glacial Fire. Eagle of Mirage. Tiger Blade. Forward Blade. Here and now.
This one, look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
No sé si me queda mucho para el final, pero supongo que sí, que me quedará bastante. Ahora el tío recupera la memoria. Está muy chula la historia, la verdad que, aunque la skin parece más la de Joel de la
Everybody okay?
Bueno. Yo ayer subí un montón de niveles con las de estas que hicimos, que ya ves tú que yo no hacía nada, las estabas haciendo tú, pero bueno. Yo no hacía nada. Hoy es domingo. Dominguito.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Esto buscaba yo. Comprar objetos. Vamos a ver si tiene armaduras para nosotros. El payaso este, ya ves que sí tiene. Pues ya ves. Se nos va el dinero, señores. Se nos va la pasta. En un momento me he gastado 20.000 pavos, casi. Vale. Vamos a forjar armas. Forjar armas. Cristal astral radiante no tenemos, pero podemos hacer esta. Venga, 5.000 pavos más. Oh. Esta, tócate el coño, esta no. Joder. Y esta tampoco puede. Podemos hacerle esta. Y este. Bueno, algo es algo, escúchame.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Vamos a descansar un poco, que le hace falta a mis componentes porque están muy cansados.
Sleeping on the ground beneath the heavens like this? Why, it's hard to complain.
Vamos a ver, curry, vamos a hacer curry. Alfred, venga, cocina todo.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away.
Super mega largos, son juegos de 50, 60 horas.
Darling, care if I hang out for a while?
Y está bien, hombre. Lo que pasa que claro, con el tema del trabajo y todo no siempre puedo hacer esto.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
No le dejo jugar a la Play. Ella quiere jugar al medieval y no le dejo.
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danans such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine.
Bueno.
We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
Esto supongo que debe venir bien para el tema de los turbos. Ya lo expliqué. Si tienes afinidad con tus personajes, cuando debes hacer un turbo me refiero a un ataque definitivo, ¿sabes? Pues debe ser más potente. Vamos a ver. Venid aquí. Vamos a probar las armas nuevas. Sí, pues hay que quitar más vida. Mira, Optimus Gamma Golem. Bueno, pero están chulos. Son juegos, no sé, te cuentan una historia, tienen sus aventuras, sus personajes, cada uno tiene su historia, ¿sabes? La historia está muy chula porque buenos días Optimus, se está entrelazando muy chulamente. Y bueno, son juegos, a mí me gustan porque son juegos que llevan mucho trabajo. Tú, por ejemplo, juegas al Red Dead Redemption Online, pero tú te has pasado el juego en sí. Porque el juego del Red Dead Redemption es larguísimo. ¿Otra vez? ¿Otra vez? ¿Cuántas veces vamos a tener la entrevista? Qué buena mañana ya. Parece mi abuela que te repiten más que el ajo. Óptimo, que ya te sea.
No scratches on my shield or my armor.
¿Y estos? ¿Payasos? Madre mía, nivel 31, 5
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. You're mine. Swallow blade. Eagle assault.
They may look cute now, but they're bigger.
Now or never.
Ah, sí, hoy tenemos una... Eso le gustará a mi parienta. Hoy tenemos una entrevista con una youtuber que... Esto le gustará a la parienta. La youtuber a las 7:30. ¿Y qué es lo que hacía la youtuber esta? Optimus, que no me acuerdo. Tenía un canal. Me tienes que decir el canal, que a lo mejor le interesa a mi parienta. Tiene un canal sobre conciencia animal. ¿No? Me parece que sí, ¿no? No era eso lo que tenía.
A comfortable win.
Vidas y conciencia animal. Dice que tengo una conciencia. Entre medio las patas. Que tiene vida propia y todo. Se llama Pollón. Eso sí que es una buena conciencia. Cuando se despierta... Madre mía. Menuda conciencia tiene eso. Cariño? Una conciencia...
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
¿Qué? ¿Esto qué le pasa? ¿La ha vuelto loca?
In a vine! Eater!
Vale, le he quitado a mí.
Easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Take this! You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
You escape!
Enough!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Mi hermana me ha dicho que ella lo ha publicado en sus redes sociales. Ah, mira, muy bien. ¿Te vienes a Japón, Optimus? Conmigo la parienta. Así mientras yo estoy ligando con alguna japonesa, la entretienes tú por ahí en alguna tienda. Yo soy un ligón, ¿sabes? Bueno, vamos a ver. ¿Qué pasa? El terreno se complicará al llegar a la montaña. Deberíamos descansar antes de seguir.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Conservar nuestras fuerzas.
It's not only the mountain.
¿Qué dices tú? Ya me gustaría a mí irme a Japón. Pues ya ves tú. Al cabo del año nos gastamos el dinero en millones de tonterías, tío, en vez de ahorrar. Y ya ves tú. Yo que sé, para salir un poco de la isla. No salimos de Mallorca o de la península. Vosotros lo tenéis bien allí en la península porque podéis conoceros con el tren o podéis ir con el coche, ¿no? De Sevilla a Barcelona que deben haber unos 700, 800 kilómetros, ¿no? Eso en un día se hace con el coche. Te levantas prontito por la mañana y se hace.
So Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all.
300
Shion
años
and the
lleva
maiden
este
Naori.
durmiendo.
After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones. So deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know. But the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
Vale, vamos a descansar. Vamos a hablar con... Sí, quiero descansar. Eso significa que viene un boss. ¿Qué cenamos? Ñoquis. Ñoquis, cariño, ¿me podrías hacer ñoquis? Mira, bolitas de masa blanda a base de harina y patata, con un poco de salsa cremosa, se consigue un plato digno de reyes. Ostras, podríamos hacerlo, ¿no? ¿Para cenar? Ñoquis. ¿Quieres hacer ñoquis, cariño, esta noche? Mira, lleva trigo, huevo y patata, ya está. Y después le echamos queso por encima y a cenar. ¿Qué te parece?
Done. This is sure to give the others some much needed energy.
¡La perra! Y tengo aquí una perra, un bulldog francés de estos que tienen la cara chata para adentro. Que parece que le han dado un puñetazo y le han metido el hocico para adentro. Y está aquí que está a punto de morirse ya, tiene 300 o 400 años. Y está aquí, pues, que ya ves tú. Quiere que me la folle, pero no puedo. No me gusta la zoofilia a mí. Uepa. ¿Quieres jugar? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Quieres jugar? Uepa, espérate, estate quieta. Es ella.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Esto se pone interesante. Qué guapa está mi parienta. Ah, cariño. Me uno para mí.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
Vale, vamos a ver.
What do you say?
Este ya lo hemos comprado
We check
antes,
back in
pero
on the-
vamos a ver, forjar arma. No me dejará. Esta sí, pero esta, tío, son 33 puntos más que necesito. Cristal astral radiante. ¿Y dónde saco yo esto? Vale.
Branch.
Crear accesorio. Vamos a ver qué accesorio podemos crear. Crear... El agua. Granate. No me deja. Subimos. Vale. Madre mía, pues sí que tengo trastos aquí, mira. Ataque más 20, mejorar. Venga, todo esto lo vamos a mejorar. Hostia, ¿puedo mejorarlo más todavía? Vale. Hostia, el rancho. Que no... Ya está. Vale, ahora puedo meter ovejas. Toma, ¿qué te parece? Puedo meter ovejas. Bueno, vamos al lío, chicos. Si tengo ganas de... Está la trama está... Nombre clave dado a los individuos de Dana elegidos para desempeñar el papel principal. Bueno, esto será una zona de entrenamiento, seguramente, ¿vale? Será como una mazmorra. Y tendremos que llegar a vete a saber tú dónde.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city.
¿Vale?
We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will.
Son los mismos
There's always
bichos
a way,
todos,
right?
pero con maintenance de esto. Y nada, a ver si esta después de la entrevista si queréis hacer unos Fortnite.
I'll stop your movement. And I'll stop your life. And done. Let's keep up the pace. On guard.
You're really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you
Mi
around.
parienta, pobrecilla, tiene turno de noche.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material. Crack. This injury hurts more than I thought.
No sé si hacer directo y terminarme el juego. Soy capaz de meterme aquí 25 horas y terminarme el juego este. Imagina Zampa juego en Japón. Ya haré un de estos si puedo ir. Si puedo ir, si no se vuelve a no sé qué del virus y toda esta mierda. Si puedo, muy bien. No hace mucha ilusión, la verdad. Haré un reportaje a Japón. Me haré fotos con las japos. Y con los japos también. Allí habrá que ir disfrazado, ¿no? Allí van todo el día disfrazados. Wow. ¿Te imaginas yo disfrazado por ahí, por Japón? Ni hao, no, eso es chino, ¿no? Ni hao es chino, ¿no? Ni hao es chino. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde voy? Vale, vamos a ir para aquí. Venid aquí, os voy a dar de hostia. Me ha vacilado, pero no se escapa. No, seguramente siempre entre malo y bueno, siempre hay batallas para ir subiendo de nivel 31. Vale, cofre. Poca cosa más.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You picked the wrong fight.
Tiger Blade!
Can't get out of this.
Now,
Swallow blade.
back in their defense!
Glad you have your use for it.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
Let's keep up
Now,
the pressure! Rinwell!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Qué puñetazo de dejar.
Nicely done.
I'm on it! Okay,
Pues ahora, después de este estoy entre dos videojuegos, ¿vale? Uno es Final Fantasy IX, que fue el primer Final Fantasy que empecé. Y estoy entre uno que me he descargado, dos que me he descargado, Legend of Mana o Trials of Mana. El Legend of Mana está muy cookie, está muy chulo, la verdad. Y no sé cuál empezar. Ayer abrí la estantería de mi casa y madre mía, pues no tengo juegos ahí, qué pena. Tengo más juegos que dinero en el banco.
You picked the wrong fight. Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
Now.
We may get out of this alive after all.
Yeah, things were looking bad for a minute there.
I'm pretty sure we can handle anything.
Not in your dreams.
Shield and hey!
Here I come.
I'll get you here and now!
save you. I'm gone.
Here goes.
Mirage.
Take that.
Vale.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Bueno, yo he dicho que quiero ir a Japón. No es que vayamos a ir, pero lo estamos mirando.
Right here. I got it.
Lo estamos mirando.
You picked the wrong fight. Shield and mace. I'm not done.
Now.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. See that?
That training's paying off.
Look sharp.
Leave the enemy's arms.
No complaints here.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Lo que me están dando es mucho dinero últimamente. Eso es lo que me están dando. Mucha pasta me están dando. Vale, venga, vamos al lío.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
4
I
batallitas
bet
más
it'd
y ya
feel
estamos
real
fuera.
refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
Hombre, habrá que subir de nivel.
Gotta break through.
Es un nivel 32.
Going in.
Here I come. Mirage. Swallow blade.
This one's mine.
Here I come. It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest.
Tiger Blade. Ryan now. Make it rain. Rinwell. Demon's Descent. Flashing Fang. Easy.
Way to go.
Look sharp. Armor won't save you.
Mirage.
In here.
Here I come.
I'll run you through.
Blow away. Eat dirt.
Look sharp.
I can handle it. Up and
Far
out.
enough.
Las batallas son muy
Take this.
llamativas. Son
First
muy...
shield.
Slash.
Not on my watch.
Mirage. Swallow blade.
Now.
I'm not done. Long. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger blade.
Nice one, Alpin.
Yeah.
Vale, vamos a ver. Vale,
Some
tenemos
more where
que
that
subir
came
por ahí.
from.
Pues el Horizon Zero Dawn, Optimus, si te interesa saberlo, la edición coleccionista que viene con el muñeco y viene con todo, para PlayStation 5, vale 199 euros.
Hi, Hoodle.
In a bind. Tear you apart. Tiger Blade. Burn. Fall. Hurricane. Slut. Tiger Blade. Slut. Now. Make it rain.
No
armor. Stop me.
No reparte, ¿no? Toma. Me voy a tomar por culo. Bueno,
You picked the wrong fight.
This one's mine.
Totally.
yo soy capaz de pillármela, ¿eh?
Impact claw.
Y mira que no tengo la PlayStation 5, pero soy capaz de pillármela, ¿eh?
Like we're gonna lose to Small Fry.
Soy capaz de pillármela solo por tenerla. Aunque después no pueda jugarla, pero bueno. Le pido la Play a Pecho y ya está. Que me la deje y le digo, amigo mío, me deja la Play.
Go no further.
Swallow blade. Take this.
Far enough.
Swallow blade.
I'm just getting started.
Mirage.
We managed to turn the tide.
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
Más en Amazon ahora te dejan pagarlo. Te dejan pagarlo a plazos. Las cosas. Igualmente el dinero no nos lo vamos a llevar.
Hold on to your arms.
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger blade.
No nos lo vamos a llevar, no. Coño, ahora que no pagas alquiler ni
There's
nada,
always room for improvement.
aprovecha. Ya es esto. Vale, está aquí hay un cofre potente. Ya sabía yo que aquí habría algo. Uy, no, cuánta peña hay aquí.
Look sharp. Can't Get out of this! Take it here! Tiger Blade!
Eat dirt!
Crescent move!
Take this!
Here, I can do this all day.
Lion!
Mirage!
You're done! Whirling
Strike! Swallow blade!
Tempest Swirl!
Mirage!
You got company.
Slice!
Raging Storm!
An astral arch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Mirage!
La perra que se tapa con la manta, yo no sé.
Now you see
Están
what I can
locas,
do!
tías, todas. Estos son mujeres, menos los dos gatos. Que los dos gatos que tiene son medio subnormales, yo creo que son.
We're cleaning house!
Let me take the rest of them!
Wow, someone's feeling lively.
Make your blade! Piercing!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Make it rain! Take! Blow them away!
Reviéntalos.
Great!
Bueno, ya nos podían ir dando más experiencia. Protección poderosa.
This looks nice and tough.
Vamos a ver. Protección poderosa tiene que ser de este. Ah, vale, es de esta. Va, pues ya ves. Casi nada sube. Hombre, es una manera de subir de nivel y de subir esta puta mierda que de cada vez me está pidiendo más. ¿Ves? Arriba tengo pH actuales, tengo 400 y poco. Esta tiene 500 y no hago nada. Mínimo ya me piden 700, 800. No hago nada. Aún así tendría que entrenar el doble. Es lo que tienen estos juegos. Estos juegos nos gustan porque decís que sea muy repetitivo y tal. Sí, tal, pero son juegos que llevan mucho trabajo. Y eso es lo que los hace tan exclusivos. Llevan mucho trabajo. Se ponen las armaduras de los personajes.
I don't think we're even halfway there yet.
Vamos
Hang in
a
there.
hacer de todo. Aquí, ¿qué pasa? 3 y 1 son 4.
It'll be a breeze.
¿Por cuál va?
Get in, get out.
I'm not done!
Armor won't save you.
I owe you one.
Eat this.
Mirage!
Dragon shot.
Rising Wyvern!
That frickin' does
Y ahora nos viene un tío duro.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
This one's mine. Flush.
My turn!
One more. The enemy wields art too.
Nos viene un tío duro, El último señor del agua. Bueno, cuidado. Bueno, como no tenemos a Sion, que nos cura.
Swallow blade! This should do it!
Denied.
I'll tear you apart. Field. Get
You're
out of there
finished!
with the others.
Swallow blade! This one's
That
all
is your
mine!
dream.
You picked the wrong fight!
Slice.
Swallow blade! Long! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger blade!
Y estos todavía, pues...
We're in good form!
puedes evitar muchos enfrentamientos, pero por ejemplo los Final Fantasy no, los Final Fantasy casi no puedes hacer mucho. Pero bueno, no me quedará mucho para llegar aquí a la ciudad. Hay que llegar a la ciudad, a la capital me parece, y después allí en la capital yo creo que lo dejaré. Vale, vamos a ver, esto fácil. Hablar dentro de vamos a forjar armas, a ver si me deja ver. No me dejas hacer nada, tío, es que eres un mierda. Mira, esta sí. Y aquí paremos a mi niña. Esta me falta guantelete alado. Joder. Bueno, pues nada.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Si me pone esto es que va a pasar algo aquí. ¿Veis? Algo va a pasar aquí. Está interesante la historia. El protagonista resulta que lleva 300 años ahí durmiendo a la parra.
What is this place?
Algo va a pasar aquí, no me gusta esto.
Careful. We've got company.
¿Veis?
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Qué guapo, ¿no? Vaya jefe.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
Bueno.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way.
Save your breath.
Ahí viene.
All that thing sees is a talking meal.
Then let's show it how wrong it is. Is it trying to
Tiene
stop
70.000
us?
de vida, tío. Te puedes pegar aquí media hora tranquilamente matando al hijo puta. Ay, mía, tío.
You see it? Come on! Whirlwind snap! Swallow blade! No further! Glacial punch!
Bueno, le hemos quitado 10.000 de vida.
You're finished!
Dance in the wind. Its wings are lighting up.
Este nos dará algo. No
It's getting ready to attack.
Ya.
Illuminate the dark. Come forth, holy
Such
glimmer.
tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Dragon Shout!
Going in.
Anything in armor is on!
Here's a.
Eat dirt!
Here's an illuminate the dark.
I'm on it!
Come forth.
I'll end you!
You're
I'm on a roll
Bueno,
now!
con un jefe se lo van poniendo.
You're finished!
Lightning
blade!
It's finished. Let's do it.
Rising light! Eagle Side!
Freeze,
It's
Lancer.
piercing
Dance in the wind.
No further!
Air
Eagle
blast.
Side! Here I come! I'm just getting started!
It looks like you got this one
Swallow
covered.
blade!
Vale, vamos a hacer una cosa. Vamos a curarlo
Yeah.
todo.
This one's mine.
Tear you apart!
Here's
Una
a
putada.
Go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm gone.
photon. Illuminate the dark.
Una putada, tenemos que gastar las curas de estas.
Mirage!
Que para que se me
This
den.
one's mine.
Purge malevolence.
Ya.
Archaic waterfall. Freeze,
Y
Lancer.
ahora vendrá un jefe. De un rato vendrá un jefe.
Nothing gets by me.
All good things come to an end.
Illuminate the dark. Come forth, holy glimmer, holy
This one
lord.
keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
You picked
Get
the
the
wrong
light.
fight! Done! I'll leave it to you!
Piercing
Lightning
wall.
death.
Mirage!
Vale, vale, vamos a matarlo.
Illuminate the
Can't get out of this!
coming through. Not in your dreams.
Time to
We got
shine.
Mirage! Here I come! Swallow
This
blade!
one's mine.
Slash!
Yo creo que lo dejaré aquí. A lo mejor esta noche le veo caña.
The tactics are looking great!
Full speed ahead.
Hey, wait for
No sé
war!
qué está pasando aquí ahora.
More for the
Mirage!
stockpile.
Smash you!
Crescent moon.
This one's all mine!
Tengo que aprovechar
Eat
ahora
dirt.
esta vez que-
Tiger blade.
It's getting stronger.
Switching up its movements!
Now
Watch out!
something special.
Swallow
The
blade!
enemy is going all
Vale,
out.
ya.
Swallow blade!
Purge malevolence. Archaic waterfall.
Mirage!
One field.
Slash!
Tiger blade.
You're mine!
Lion power.
You're finished!
Swallow blade!
Raging storm.
Now to be seized! In a bind! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Vete a tomar por culo. Uno menos. Y a Lince es raro que no le gusten este tipo de juegos.
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistle made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous,
Tengo
I'd say
una
true
misión
safety's
secundaria
some way
pendiente con
off.
un bicho. Que
You
no
mean
sé si voy a
defeating
poder
Volron
matarlo.
and putting an end to the
Pero
crown
bueno, cuando
contest,
venga
right?
acción,
I guess that would be the
falta
best
un
solution here,
integrante.
huh?
Vale,
We've wasted enough time here already.
nos falta un integrante.
Let's get going. Xion needs us.
Que es muy importante, el integrante esta es cojo, paso de ellos y para arriba. Tenemos dos salidas, tenemos que ir a la estrella, ¿vale? Pero yo como siempre me tiro. Toma.
Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure
Me he
didn't.
tirado aquí para un pescado.
More or less. I figured there would
Why?
likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch.
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here.
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinwell. Positive thinking is everything.
Mientras tanto van hablando entre ellos y todo. Estos juegos es una pena que no estén en español. Si estuviesen en español serían...
We finally reached the top.
Onda, mira. Cojo.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
Anda.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
No puedo evitarlo.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step.
Sí. No se podía evitar, ¿ves? Tengo que matarlos porque hay un cofre.
Gotta break through.
Don't mind if I do. Look out! Thunderblade! Illuminate the sky!
You're mine!
Holy quiver!
Swallow blade!
Holy lamp!
Swallow blade!
I can carve through armor.
This one's
You picked the wrong fight!
Swallow blade.
Take this!
Talon storm.
Now,
Rinwell.
frozen,
Hammer.
nicely done.
all thanks to
No
you.
armor can stop me.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Swallow blade.
Kisara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Mirage! Swallow blade!
You made quick work of it.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
This could be useful. I sense a strange power from this. Guess I
Vale,
misread the
pues
landing.
tenemos que ir aquí. Que es nuestra misión principal. Ya estás viciada, ¿eh? Pues esto es enorme.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely?
That is what I said, yes.
Pelagian's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside, exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
No sé.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Esto es
A soak can wait.
inmenso. Como podéis ver, el mapa es inmenso.
I don't want Shion
Vale.
to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
Aquí tenemos para
She's the one
entrenar,
that's kept us on
lo
track.
que queráis y más.
Picks me up when I was down.
A ver si nos dejan. No. Vale.
Sure.
I just thought
Pues
she'd
nada,
always
vamos
be there.
a descansar un poco, comeremos y lo dejaré aquí. Y seguramente esta noche le meta ya
I swear
caña.
I've seen that castle somewhere before.
Hablaremos con...
Mind if I
Con
join
Lau.
you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing.
up?
I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys
Vale.
tomorrow.
Vale. Pues nada, este directo se acaba aquí. Lo voy a dejar aquí. Voy a peinarme, a ponerme
You guys
guapo.
ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Y bueno, pues ya veis lo que nos espera de aquí en adelante. Nos espera un largo camino, muchos bichos, mucha batalla, mucho entrenamiento que nos hace falta y poco a poco ir subiendo, terminar de ir subiendo todo esto. Vale, y pues poco a poco, ya ves tú, ir subiéndolo todo. Aunque sea poquito a poco, pero mira, aquí tenemos otra y este también tiene aquí 4 cosas. cositas aquí. Bueno, poco a poco iremos subiendo. Iremos, vamos a ver, atuendos, peinados desaliñados, vale. Vamos a cambiarle, ponernos el rojo, gafas de sol las vamos a quitar ya. Pues nada, chicos, lo vamos a dejar aquí. Yo supongo que esta noche pues seguiremos dándole duro y no termina aquí la historia. Yo sé dónde termina, ¿vale? Porque después de todo esto vienen más cosas. Habrá que ir a una zona que no se ve, pero bueno, seguiremos trabajándolo. Directo número 11 de este juego, y después ya iremos subiendo más otros juegos que tengo pendientes, tengo ganas de subirlos, así que, como digo siempre, en el próximo directo, que será esta noche, más y mejor. Gracias.